What is up, everybody? We are coming to you from Orlando, Florida. Me and Ali are here at FinCon, which is a financial blogger conference. We sat down with Amy and Tim from GoWithLess to talk about a little bit of Q&A about Clifford.
Yeah, so we met Amy and Tim. They retired in their 40s and are about to gear up in 18 months to be full-time nomads. And yeah, they are planning to travel the world and do it all through house sitting. So yeah, they're a really awesome couple. Make sure to go check out their channel.
So we sat down for a Q&A of a bunch of the questions that their community put forward to them that they wanted to ask us. You can check out part 1 of that Q&A on their channel, link below. So definitely pop over there, check out their channel, watch part 1, and then come back here for part 2 of the Q&A.
Great.
So let's get into some of the questions that our audience had for you. Number 1, how do you get mail when you're on the road?
So we get mail by shipping it to my mom's house, and she takes photos of it for us and sends photos of it. Or if it's really important, she'll ship it to someone that we know along our route.
What do you do for health insurance?
So we ended up on Medishare, which is a Christian health sharing ministry. The reason we did that is because when we left our jobs, we looked at continuing our employer health care through Cobra. It was about $1,600 a month. We shopped around for California marketplace insurance, where we were living previously, and that was going to be about $800 a month. And that was for like a $5,000 deductible plan. On Medishare, we ended up on about a $10,000 deductible plan, which is really just for a catastrophic accident, but it only costs us $100 a month for both of us to be insured.
You guys are very fit and trim. How do you stay fit on the road? How do you stay active?
We do a lot of hiking, mountain biking. We really try to get outside every single day. But other than that, we made an agreement to ourselves. Whenever we go shower at Planet Fitness, we try to work out beforehand. It's been about 75% successful.
So there's no shower in your van. You shower at your gym.
Yeah, we don't have a shower in the van, and we just shower at Planet Fitnesses all across the country, and they're really nice, clean. We haven't had a bad experience with them.
Yep.
What did you do with your belongings when you moved into the van? Do you still have stuff in storage somewhere? So where's all your stuff?
Yeah, so we liquidated most everything we had in our house. We kept some sentimental items and probably have a small corner, like maybe 5x5 of stuff that we've kept at Allison's mom's house, which was about 2 hours from where we were living in Bakersfield. So some of that stuff is stored there, but for the most part, we probably sold about 90% of our belongings.
One of the questions that was asked was, where do you stay? Can you find places to stay for free, or do you have to stay at campgrounds that you pay for? How do you find places to park the van?
So we use this website called freecampsites.net and this app called iOverlander, and both of those together, we use them both, and typically have always found free campsites. We've only had to pay twice, and I think we've spent $40 on campsites in the past 5 months.
So have you guys had any issues just parking in free spots?
We've been knocked on twice. So one time we were at a Walmart in Asheville, North Carolina, and not all Walmarts allow you to park overnight for free. And so they told us to move very politely. The other time was the other night when we were here at this hotel.
Yeah, we'd stayed in the parking lot for 3 nights already, no problems. Last night, we got a knock on our window around 2 a.m. By the time I'd actually kind of come to from my sleep and was ready to talk to the guy, he'd already driven off. But we decided to move the van anyway, moved it to a local Walmart that was probably 5 minutes away. So ended up staying the rest of the night there.
Okay, there were a lot of questions about your relationship in this tight space on the road for so long together. So how has this affected your relationship?
I would say it's been great because living in 60 square feet with each other, you can't avoid hard conversations. So whenever something comes up, the other person just can't leave the room and, you know, ignore the situation. You have to deal with it right now because you have to look at that person and like live in that tiny space with them. And so that has actually been really good for us because doing that has strengthened our relationship, and we've become more vulnerable with each other, and we've really grown together.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, being in constant contact with each other definitely forces the communication, so it just has to get better. And communication is really the root of a good and healthy relationship.
So it's not easy, it's hard, but it's really good. And I think if you have a partner that is on board with your lifestyle choices, I mean, we're always in each other's way. So like when he's in the kitchen, I'm always trying to like get by him, but that's not that big of a deal. I just move him.
So what do you guys do for alone time, or do you not really need alone time?
So far, we haven't really done a lot for alone time. We spend almost all of our time together, and that hasn't really been an issue. Obviously, when we're working or something like that, we're both kind of doing our own thing, even though we're in the same room or there with each other. We definitely make space. We definitely make use of the space around the van wherever we have it. So while there's not really room in the van to have your own separate space, if you do need alone time from whoever you're traveling with, it's easy to go take a walk or go do something wherever you're parked to kind of get some of that time to yourself.
What are the things that you miss most in this transition?
I think it's really hard to have a routine while living in a van, and you're always in a new place. You're always logistically trying to figure out where you're going to sleep, eat, and poop and shower. Like, these are things you have to think about, whereas when you live in a house, like, you know where you're going to shower, you know where you're going to go to the bathroom, you know where you're going to sleep. So being in a van, it's been hard to develop a routine.
Well, what's the best part about living in a van then?
So I think the best thing about living in the van, I would probably put two things. So first is like always having your home with you. So we're traveling all across the country, but no matter where we park the van, it always feels like home. We have all of our things around us. It's also really nice to just be able to pull up to somewhere, kind of go in the back, and you're already in your house. You're ready for bed if you've had a long day driving, something like that. The second thing is we've got to reconnect with a lot of friends and family, people that we've lost touch with over the years, just because you're busy. It's hard to visit everyone with 2 weeks of vacation each year. So it's been really fun as we travel around to visit with everyone in their hometowns and see people that we haven't seen in quite a while.
So what was the best place you visited so far?
Yeah. So I think our favorite places were upstate New York and the Finger Lakes and the Adirondacks, as well as Vermont, New Hampshire area. We spent a lot of time backpacking and hiking there. The weather was amazing in the middle of summer, so we really loved that area.
Upper Peninsula of Michigan, too, is really nice.
So what's the one question that you get asked the most?
The question you get asked the most is probably where we shower, I think. We shower at Planet Fitness.
Or we don't shower.
Yep.
Make sure to check out the other part of this video on Amy and Tim's channel. It will be linked here in a second. And if you like this video, make sure to hit subscribe and be notified every time we post a new video. Thanks, guys.
Bye.